Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to go through a project I've been working on for a very long time and have just made some progress on. Really happy about this. And the general idea is I wanted to have a web app that had interchangeable parts, interchangeable UI, which is the user interface, the look and feel, the widgets that you click through and so forth, and then the color scheme and the content. And I use different AI to do this, Claude, Gemini, and O3, which is ChatGPT model. So this is a diagram from ChatGPT, and I gave it some content, and I asked it how to name the content, and it called it hierarchical annotated node tree. Okay, hand. Has a nice ring to it. And asked it for UIs that could be done from that. And so I came up with this diagram and came up with a whole list. I was amazed at this. So I came up with a whole list of these UIs that could be done. So I started going through these, and I'm done through the mind map one, and this is the next one. So I wonder what that'll look like. I'm gonna skip that one and go to this one. All right. So I'm gonna give it a prompt and ask it for this one. And while it's doing that, I'll show you how this works. So let's see, please prompt for this one. All right. So all right. So the first UI is classic tree view, and that is this one. Okay, and here on the upper right, you can see these are the color schemes. So you can choose the different colors. And you click on, let's say, a problem, and it expands that. So here, if you look after I click, you can see that it expanded. And then if I click on the eye, then over on the right, it gives more information. So you can see it's a hierarchical type of setup here. So this was the first one. And then here's the second one. So this is the same data. This is all the same data. And you can see it has the same color schemes on the right. And that kind of hurts the eyes. I don't know which looks better on YouTube, but I'll use this one. I like this one. And then here I'm clicking from left to right, and then you can see how that works. It has a similar sort of setup. And you can see that there's 3 levels, right? So let me go, let's see if it's done yet with the prompt. Okay, it is done. So I'm going to, whoops, this is slightly annoying. Okay, we'll see how this works. Hopefully this works. Because he did it piecemeal. I think that'll work. And I'm going to go to Gemini. So I'm going to use Gemini to do this prompt because Gemini can handle a lot of data. It does better with a lot of data. So it should be able to create the HTML for this. And then I've got another part to this I want to add. Okay, right here. Let's see. I don't see it here. Did I put it at the bottom? Sorry about this. I thought I put it at the top. Maybe I put it at the bottom. Okay. if I don't find it real quick, I'll just, yeah, I don't see it. I'll just add it here. Okay, so I'll just say use the same content. Okay, same themes and similar and same UX writer proofreading. Okay, and then I'll give it the prompt. Okay, and we'll see how this goes. Let's see, I don't need this below the meta prompt. Okay, this is a little, I would have tidied this up a bit normally before, but I want to run this as quickly as possible for the video. Okay, so I think it'll run this okay. Okay, so it looks like it's building the HTML. It's amazing how fast this is. Yeah, it's already done a lot of it. All right, I'll let it work on that. So I'm going to show a couple more of the, so this was the first one. This was the second one. This is the third one. Now this was, sorry, I've got that twice, right? So this is the first one. This is the second one. I've got the first one a second time. And then this one is the third one. Okay. So this is all the same data. It's all the same color schemes on the right. But just the UI is different. So you can see on this one that I click on these buttons and then it pulls up more detail for each of these. Okay, and then this is the last one. So this one was a mind map. And Gemini was unable to do this one. This one's quite complicated. So I had O3 do it. And it's kind of a mess here because it needs to be more spread out. But this is a mind map where you have different, it's a radial thing. You have different nodes that you can click on. But O3, which is a ChatGPT model, it implemented it correctly in terms of the basic concept, the mind map, and also shows the detail on the right. But it needs a little tweaking to make it look good. But I think Gemini will be able to handle that fine. And also it doesn't have the color scheme, but it's got a good working model here. Okay, now let's see if Gemini finished. Now, these ones that I showed you, so these are numbered 1, 2, 3. So this is 1 and version 1. So this one took me 2 tries to get. The first try was fine, really. I just was tidying up the justification on the V1 here. And this one is this one I did the very first time. This was the second UI, one prompt, it did this. And then this one took twice. So this was a similar thing. The first one, actually what this was, I'll tell you what this was. The first implementation, I had to come here to the X to close this, and I wanted to just be able to click on this button. That's the only change I made. So it did it right the first time. And let's see, so let me come here. And let's see, did I finish the code? Okay, so it looks like it did. So I'll just scroll to the bottom. It's kind of hard to hit that. There, I got it. Whoops. Oh no, that's not the bottom. This is the bottom. Okay. It's a long session, so it's kind of, that's why this is having some trouble scrolling. But it looks like it finished here. So I think I can just click this copy thing. And yeah, so I'm going to click there. So this is number 5. So in order to run this, and we'll see if this works in live time. I just oh no, it didn't finish. I can tell because it's not done here. So it's still working on this. All right, let's see. It's very fast, but you can see from this space bar that this is a really long session. So I think that might be slowing it down. But I should be finishing up here. This is writing out the content here. So the HTML all has the same basic kind of structure. There, it finished. Okay. It has a session dealing with the user interface, with the themes, and with the content. Okay, so I'm going to call this number 5, HANT number 5. Okay. Now all of these are SPAs, which stands for single page applications. So this makes them very easy to run. So I'm just going to save this as an HTML file, and I will go to right here, look for HANT5, double click it, and we'll see if it worked. So should be pulling it up any moment now. And where did it go? I don't see it. Let me try again here. I should have put that up. Let's try again. Okay, there we go. All right, and it did it. So this is really exciting. This is kind of a weird-looking one, isn't it? Traditional to see. Oh, I see, it has cards. So you click on a card, and it pulls up the details for the card. This is pretty weird. Okay. I don't, this does not look, this looks like it needs a little bit of work. Because right now I'm clicking and nothing's happening. But anyway, it gave a decent first shot. There we go. So you can see it's got the same 3 kind of level outlook, and you click on it, and it's showing information. This looks like it needs a little bit more work, but it has something functional. It worked. It's not broken. And I just need to tweak this a bit. But I wanted to show this concept. And I'm going to stop the video here. I plan to have more videos on this app to go through in more detail how it works. But you can see the basic concept is to have parts that are swappable, the content, the color schemes, and the UI. And the part that was by far the most challenging was getting the UI to work. The content is trivial because it doesn't matter. It's structured the same. It's just text. The themes took some time, these color themes, to get working well, and I'll talk about that in another video. And then the hardest part again was the UI, and I'll talk about that in more detail later on too. But for now, I'm going to leave it at this. And thanks for watching. And until next time.